Hi, everybody. This is our final speech, and I'm so excited because it's going to be my favorite one because it's the commemorative speech. Before I begin my speech, I would like to start it off with a quote. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets, so love the people who treat you right and forget about the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get a chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it. That quote basically sums up how or what my mother has taught me. And this speech is going to be dedicated to her because I love her truly. And she has been the greatest role model in my life. And she will continue to be the role model and who I hope one day to be. Just a quarter of her. Just a quarter would be great. But to start from the beginning, my mother had me at 20. She was married. She met her husband, ex-husband now, but she met her husband in the military. And they were in love. And she at first didn't want kids. So, that was a fun little thing to know that she didn't want kids. But once she had me, she was very excited. And I know that she loved me to the best of her ability. So, thinking about her upbringing, she didn't have the best upbringing. She had to basically grow up real fast. So, when most of us are just trying to play outside and figuring out what sports to do or just fun kid things, that's like you're not thinking about any troubles, my mother had to help raise her 4 other brothers and sisters. So that's a big responsibility for somebody who's very young. Like, I think she said around 5th grade she started having to be responsible. So just think, like, a person that can get through that can probably get through anything. Because her mother was, like, kind of a single mother. You would say she had people in her life, but primarily she was a single mother. So it was a lot of responsibility for my mom. And so I think that definitely helped her become who she is today. She's a very strong woman, very independent woman. So that's a little of her background. Fast forward to when she had me, she had just left home at 18, joined the military. She had ambition because, I have an office job, and my mother had the same type of job I had in high school. So in high school, you're not thinking about working in an office. You're thinking about, like, man, I'm probably graduating. I could finally be on my own. Well, my mom had already practically be on her own as she was, like, in high school and as she was a kid. So that kind of made her who she is today. And I could say that a lot of times, but it really did. And I am just so happy that this is the person that God has placed in my life. Because there's so many people that could have been in my life, so many different types of mothers, ones that maybe not care, maybe they're not there all the time, or judgmental, but I kind of got all that in one, and it ended up being the best person I can ever imagine. Now, I'm not going to say we didn't have our ups and downs. When I was in middle and high school, when my parents got divorced, I could not stand her, and I never really wanted to talk to her. I blamed her for everything, just little real immature things, and it's a lesson I learned, and I've said sorry to her, but at the time I didn't see it. But what made me love my mother just a little bit more is when I finally graduated. I turned 18. Now, my mother was strict. She did not let me spend the night at people's houses. She didn't let me go out past a certain time. And I was into sports, so she was more concentrated on, you need to go to sleep, you need to get ready for your games. And I just really could not have as much fun as I wanted to. But, it helped me. It kind of molded me into who I am today. But anyway, once I turned 18, everything changed. My mother let me go out. My mom let me hang out with people. My mom let me just be an 18-year-old. And it took up into 18, which I did not understand what she was doing. I really thought she was being evil and just didn't want me to have fun. But what she was doing was teaching. She was really just instilling in me, like, you need to know what priorities are in your life. It's not all about having fun. It's about knowing what's your priority, then fun later. And at 16, you don't want to hear that. You were like, come on, mom. Everybody wants to have fun. But at 18, when I went to college, I'm seeing all these people partying and not getting their work done. But since my mom taught me priorities from the jump, I was able to use that. And it was great. And I didn't think that was the lesson I'm learning. But that's the thing about mothers. They're always teaching you things that you never realized you're learning. Also, what made me love my mom just a little bit more is when my parents went through a divorce. Now, I'm not going to say every parent does this, but some parents really just talk about the other spouse really negative. Well, not my mother. She wanted me to always have a great relationship with my dad. Granted, he might have did some stuff and she might have did some stuff, but the one thing I can truly respect about this woman, she never once talked down about him. Like she never did. And that is more that is the that's something that like I can't even put into words, as you clearly can see. It's amazing that somebody can go through something with somebody, but wants their daughter to still look at their father as the greatest human being in the world. And knowing that she dealt with that pain, but sacrificed how she felt so that I can have a smile on my face, it makes me feel so happy. And I'm gonna try not to cry because when I talk about my mom, I cry a little bit. So then I'm in college now, and she doesn't like me saying this, but we basically became best friends. Like, I talk to her every day. I'm always telling her things I never thought I'd tell my mom. Like, oh, you tell your mom these things? And, before I was 18, I would never tell my mom some stuff because she'd probably get mad. But now that I'm older and we both are, like, we're grown-ups, it's cool to talk to my mom, and it's cool to have that relationship, and it's cool to not always feel like my mom is against me. It's cool to actually have one-on-one conversations and know that she's listening to me, and she treats me like an adult. And one thing that I really, really, really appreciate that she continues to do is always support me. Now, my mother hates tattoos. I clearly have a few. So instead of being judgmental of like not doing what she thinks is good, she on my 18th birthday went with me to get my first tattoo. And most mothers would not be in a tattoo parlor. I know my mom did not picture her daughter's 18th birthday in a tattoo parlor, but my mom loved me. And at the end of the day, she knew that I would make decisions based off of what I wanted to do, but she knows that she's taught me enough, and I'm not going to go ahead and just make reckless decisions. So the fact that she followed me into that tattoo parlor and she sat there, held my hand, even though she probably was happy I was crying about it hurting so bad, she supported me. And that's something that you can't buy. Mother will forever support, as long as I'm not doing something crazy, she will forever support anything I do. And knowing that somebody has your back 110% is the greatest feeling in the world. Another reason why my mom is the greatest person in the world is the fact that she went to Afghanistan to do some government work, but she did it to help my future. Now, I never wish anybody's parents to go that far away, especially to Afghanistan. And I'm sorry, I'm crying. But the fact that my mom chose to go there just so that I can have a better future is something that you can't even explain how grateful you feel. And I will forever love this woman. No matter if she makes some decisions I don't like, but the fact that I know that somebody has my back and will put her life at risk just so that I can have a future is the greatest feeling in the world. And at the end of the day, this is why whatever I do, whatever goals I set out, I always have my mom in mind. Because when I make it, I always tell her she's gonna make it too. When I eat, you eat. When I travel to all these places, you're traveling right with me. And I'm really, really pushing to do it before I'm about 35, because I want her to be able to go in and go to all these cool places with me and travel, because that's my best friend. At the end of the day, she might not want me to say it, but she will forever and always be my best friend. And I love that woman from the bottom of my heart. And this is why I want to give the Lifetime Award, to the greatest mother on earth. And I'm so happy that God has placed you in my life. And I'm so happy you taught me so many things in life. And without you, I don't know where I would be, what decisions I would have made. And I'm so happy that even when I make the wrong ones, you're still there to pick up all the pieces. I love you, Mom. You're the greatest.